you what I mean too. It was that clear yellow, and that it's stamped 14, but something that you're gonna resell.
Yeah.
You know, I definitely wouldn't make. You know, I have a file here.
Yeah.
Sometimes I file into the pieces, put the acid on.
Drew, what is it that you are doing? You look hard at work here.
I'm hard at work, man. This is I'm separating them by carat.
All right, so
a lot of this stuff's under carated. This is like handmade nameplates and stuff like that.
Okay.
Just for shits and giggles. I want to test it on the stone real quick.
So you scrape it, put it on the stone. A lot of people have seen this.
See how this turns brown?
Let me just try to zoom in on that.
It was like a clear. I'll show you what I mean too. It was that clear yellow, and then it turns brown when you test it. So what I do is I'm gonna come over here and test it on my X-ray machine.
Okay.
See exactly what carat it is. It's stamped 14, but.
Is it just hooked up to the laptop?
Yeah. Look at that. Look at that.
Would it come up good?
15 carat. It's good.
So wait.
This gives it a range. This is showing 13.7, 13.6, but my limit's 13.5. So as long as it's above 13.5 carat, I can still purchase it as 14.
So did the test, the acid test, it came up as fake?
The acid test showed that it was a little under, and it is. It's not true 14 karat gold.
But it's close enough.
Less. But then that's something I resort to my X-ray machine for.
Got it.
You know, but it's good enough. You know, I seen another piece in here too. This is an 18 karat gold bracelet.
Okay.
And like I really didn't like the stamp on it, and like the way it was tested.
All right.
So this I put on there too.
Just right away. Do you ever just skip the acid test and just go straight to?
You know what I do on higher carat stuff, on 22 karat, because that stuff's like way out there. See, this ain't bad either. It's under carated. 17.75, 17.8. It's not true 18 karat plum gold.
Okay.
You know? But it's good enough to still buy as 18
It's 18.
Carat,
It's just like,
you know?
just a tad under.
Just a tad under. Like I said, it's always half a carat back. So 18, the minimum 17.5. Anything below 17.5, I have to go the next carat under.
Got it. What now the people that made that, is it because like are they like really that like
No, I think by law for like jewelers and stuff like that, I think they only have to make it like half a carat under to stamp it. Like for let's say 14 karat for example, it only has to be 13.5 or better to stamp it 14 karat gold.
Okay.
You know.
Now when you're scraping the gold on the stone,
yes,
does that ruin the piece? Like doesn't that cause scratches?
You try not to. If it's something that all this stuff's getting melted, so it really doesn't matter.
Right.
But if it's something that you're gonna resell,
yeah,
you know, I definitely wouldn't make. You know, I have a file here.
Yeah.
Sometimes I file into the pieces, put the acid on it. If it's like I think it's thick plated or something like that, you know. So you definitely can damage it testing it. You know.
So do you typically will test in a spot that wouldn't be seen necessarily? Is that like?
Yeah, you try to do it. You know, like I said, if it's something you're keeping, if it's something that I'm melting, I don't really. I could destroy it. You know.
Right.
But something.
What are all the different? Are any of those eye drops?
No.
Oh, okay.
You put these in your eyes, you'll be blind.
So
but
what?
Everyone's a different carat. So this is 10 carat. This is 14 carat. This is 18 carat. This is 22 carat. Each one of them, I guess, has a different content.
Yeah,
whatever inside. So how it works is you scrape that on there, and it's supposed to stay the same color.
Got it.
If it stays the same color, it's either that carat or higher.
Okay.
You know? But the minute something like this happens and it starts to fade, it turns like a brownish color. You know, it means it's less.
So can you take, just for fun, take one of the, what are these? This is the 10. Can you just for fun like take a 10, do it, and then just do a drop of the 22 just to watch it?
22 carats a little bit different, but I'll show you like. See how bright this is right here.
Move the blue bottle out of the way.
See how bright this is.
Let me zoom in. Hang on, bud. Let me zoom in and move up. Yes, I see that yellow.
So I'm gonna test it with 18 karat.
Okay,
and
now
I know it's not 18 karat.
Right.
And look, see how fast that
it
reaction
fades
was?
Right away.
Immediately. That sets off light bulb in your head. Say, you know what? That's not the carat that I'm testing with. You know?
But why even bother? Why even bother with the acid test if you have the XRF?
I'd sit here all day XRFing stuff like this. I literally just take this, scratch it, I look at it for a second. 'Cause that reaction's fast.
Right.
You know, you can tell like this.
Right.
You know. Yeah, I don't sit there and use the
XRF all that often.
I only use it as a second opinion on something that doesn't look good on the stone.
Gotcha.
You know? But yeah, I do this all day. You know, it's funny too. I sit here all day and separate this, literally hours a day. And at the end of the day, I mix it all together to melt it into one bar. You know.
Why bother
you know what? It's
separating?
Weird. A lot of my customers don't want to do the melts because they don't. You know, a lot of this stuff, like this. Let's say this was all 18 karat gold. You sold me a big pile of 18 karat gold. I melt it in X-ray. It only shows me 17.7. The first thing that my customer's going to say to me, there's no way that came out. There was all 18 karat gold. You know what I mean? And I don't like going back and forth with customers. At least when it tested this way, if there's a questionable piece, I could just give it back to them. Once you melt it into a bar,
it's all mixed in.
It's all mixed in, and like, what are you gonna do with a bar of scrap gold?
So if I was the customer and I just brought in,
I would separate it like this.
All this gold, you'd have them sit here.
And don't get me wrong, they're dealers. They have it separated already. They have the 10 karat one
so
bag,
it's
the 14.
like
I'm mostly just overlooking what they already did. You know, don't get me wrong. I removed stones and stuff like that too.
What would you say was the most contentious deal that you've had where, you know, somebody came in and like you've had like the biggest dispute over something? Like what?
Oh my god, I had a guy in here one time. He had a bag this big,
Uh-huh.
and they were gold pellets that he melted down himself that were like this big. There's no way of telling what carat they were. They're literally whatever they show on the X-ray machine.
So it could be like 17.
I had one pile here that was 7 karat gold. One pile here that was 10 karat gold. One pile here is 12 karat gold. It's like just all the mishmash. It took me hours. I had to X-ray every single piece. That's stuff you can't even really test on the stones. Like the readings are just off. And there's other metals mixed inside, you know. And that was an issue. When we came to the dollar amount, that was an issue. Then you know, it happened to be on a day where I only had 20s. And this was like, I had to give him like $25,000 in cash, and I only had $20 bills. You know, then we started arguing about, he's like, I'm not taking it in $20 bills. I said, listen, it's all it's here. You're either going to take it or you're not going to, you know, we're not going to, we ended up not doing the deal.
So all that time spent.
Argument, and I've never done business with him since. You know?
All of that time spent.
You know, it actually, something really weird happened in the transaction. There was like this funky stuff, and like anything over 18 karat, I never see 18 karat, anything above 18 karat white gold. And it had this white metal, and it was showing like 21, 22 karat on my X-ray machine, and like it didn't sound right to me. And like I kept it on the side. I had sent it back to one of the refineries that I dealt with, and they weren't getting back to me. And I wrote up this guy's ticket already, and this little pile was like $6,000-$7,000 worth of stuff, you know. So as I'm writing up the ticket, getting ready to pay him, I get a text message from this refinery. He said, "Don't buy that. You know, it's throwing off your X-ray machine. It's an improper reading, like." You know, whatever. So I tell this guy, I said, I got to take this off this ticket. He's like, I already called the customer, gave him a price. And like, it was just one thing after another, and like, man.
And this is the same person?
Man, we got into some argument here. But in the meantime, thank God I got that text message. I was about to pay $6,000-$7,000
on some questionable,
for something that was worth nothing. It was just a white metal that was like, it was throwing the X-ray machine off. You know.
When that person came in with all those different carats,
what I would normally do is just melt it in a one block.
And then do an average
this guy
cost?
just showed up and like, I'm not, you know, I had other customers waiting and stuff like that. Like I couldn't melt it at the time, and like he didn't want to leave it with me.
Right.
Know? Some people just impossible
to work with.
You know. But yeah, no. And listen, you always have I did a video recently where the chain wasn't real. The guy paid a couple $1,000s.
Is it the one that I might be buying from you?
No. And it just felt weird. And I asked him to leave it with me so I could melt it, and I melted it, and it was like 80% copper. It was nothing. The guy paid big money for it.
That's unfortunate, you know, for them, for sure.
And it happens a lot, you know.
What would you say to people that are looking to buy this type of stuff from, you know, a dealer or whatever? Like, is there anything that they should be cautious of or look out for, or common mistakes?
Just always test. You know, always test. You know, make sure it's somebody you know that you're buying from. You know.
Do all pieces usually have like a stamp as to the carat?
Yeah, that's another thing. Make sure it's stamped.
Is the one that I might be getting from you stamped? The thing that I can't figure out how to do?
You know how to open. But, you know, a lot of it's stamped. When it's not stamped, it sets off a flag too.
Okay.
You know, like usually everything's stamped.
What's your carat for your Bayshore Bullion, your ring?
14 karat.
The ring?
Yeah. But a majority of the jewelry that we see here is 14 karat.
Right, in America. You were
The
saying
18 karat you see on like nicer stuff, Tiffany and Company, like designer stuff, but 10 karat you see a lot in like major cities and stuff like that,
10 karat.
10
like
karat.
Inner city,
Yeah.
like...
You see these guys, these big chains and
And
stuff
it's
like
all,
that.
like, it's made out of, like, nickel.
Yeah, it's like just as much copper as there is gold in there.
Right. Right.
But...
What, Yeah, I mean, I think... I think it's important, obviously, that whoever, people are dealing with, that there's at least some sort of stuff in place, testing. It's good that here you guys can clearly see Andrew's got the different acids. He's got the radar detector speed.
And it works both ways. Let me tell you, there's times that this machine's wrong. Because if it's heavy gold plated, this machine, it'll throw it off. The acid never lies. There's no fooling the acid.
Yeah.
There's ways to beat these machines. But the acid, you file into a piece, drop the acid on it.
Dropping the acid.
Yeah, dropping the acid. But it'll tell you 100%. You'll know.
Yeah.
There'll be an instant reaction like this. It'll
Right.
start bubbling green.
Well, Andrew, listen, man, I thank you for the time, buddy. And we're going to do another video real soon. But guys, make sure you check out Andrew's website.
Yeah, BayshoreBullionExchange.com.
All right. Let him know that Empire Precious Metals sent you. Later, buddy.
See you later.